Hello, hello. Hi, Sarah Lee. If you're still here, you are an on-time lady. Me, it's really typical that I run five. Whoa, it's really typical. Sorry, 5 to 10 minutes late. But bless your heart, you had a placemaker. You're like, I'm here. I'm early to the theater. I get the best seats. Now that's one place. Well, that's not true. I'm usually 5 minutes late to 10 minutes late almost everywhere I go for a long time. But if I go to the theater and I want a front row seat like Sarah Lee over there, I'm at that theater 20 minutes early because I want the front row with the railing where I can put my feet up and I'm right by the edge, or in the middle so no one's constantly crossing over me and stepping on my toes. Anyway. Oh, it's Friday. It's Friday. And I did a preview for this sale. But then I thought about it and I thought, I'm not totally satisfied with everything that's there. So I added in a few more things that seem to fit with everything. As always, it's a mixture of higher quality, middle, and some low so that I can try to accommodate everyone. Show and tell format. So when I think a piece needs some discussion or it's interesting, I discuss it. And am hoping that all of you discuss it with me. The more chat engagement I get, the more that I feel energized and the more that I want to keep going and the less boring it is for all of you. Because I got to say, when there's hardly anyone at a sale and no one's like talking in the chat and all you see is like, well, this is this and I am asking this much. And this is this and I'm asking this much. And this is this. Unless they're a very good friend of yours, it starts to get really boring and you go somewhere else. I go somewhere else. So I live in the San Francisco Bay Area. That's where I ship from. There's only one person here. So no one's really getting this info, but that's all right. I do a 2-week build a box to save you on shipping, save me time on invoicing. Because reselling is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. You got to go find the item, research the item, clean the item, store the item, unpack the item, set it up, then try to sell it, then mark that done, then pack it, then print all these things, invoices, whatnot, then put it in a box, have the shipping supplies, then get it to the post office after you get paid. 2 weeks gives me and you a nice padding for all of that, work to make it worthwhile. And it saves you on shipping if you purchase a lot. So, this is the end of that 2 weeks. So I am invoicing out starting tomorrow. Sunday, I do have an afternoon engagement. So I will try to get at least half done tomorrow. And yeah. And then I may finish up a little bit Tuesday, Wednesday. But my goal is to have it all invoiced and packed by Wednesday at the latest. And everything from my last couple of weeks is out of here except one person's package. And that's just because it's a large item and they need to pay some more in shipping. Unfortunately, it's just one of those big boxes And there's nothing, if I packed it smaller, it would break. It's fragile. So how is everyone? Sarah Lee, if you're still in here, how are you? I'll tell you how I am. It's Friday, but I'm in this kind of jagged pill anthem mode today. Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill. The first song on there, I forgot the name of it, but that's it's just there's a lot going on in society right now, and I just would like to hunt the hunter. I'm tired of your apathy. I don't know. I'm in a place, but I'm happy to be here. And I guess the last thing I could say, and then I'll just start going and see if other people stop in or not, is if I don't know you and you bid on and win an item today, I need your real name, your YouTube name, your shipping with zip code, shipping address with zip code, and your PayPal email. And I need it emailed to me at this email address by 8 o'clock tonight. Or it's just going to go back in rotation and be sold to someone else. I think that's reasonable. Well, okie dokie then. I don't know who's here, who's not here. I hope everyone's okay today. I hope everyone doesn't feel like me. And it's just like, never mind. I'm not doing anything today. I'm grumpy. I'm just going to go to bed and call it a day. So since I only have 2 people here, it's hard to know what to start with because I don't do recaps. So with that said, what will I do? Okay. Well, I have all of these. I have a lot of rings, some contemporary, some costume, some little piddly couple dollar items. So let's do this one. I've brought this before. I don't know why this doesn't sell. I keep bringing it and I keep changing the price. Sometimes it's hard to know. Oh no. And again, StreamYard is doing the thing with my names in black and the banners all the way across my lower screen. So based on that, it was perfect last week. Why does it do this? And I can't edit it. There's nothing I can do about it. Hold on. I'm going to look at one thing real quick. I don't know what that means. Okay, never mind. Style? What style? Brand? Bubble? What? I don't think any. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to see if I can make the banner be smaller, but I don't see a place for that. Huh? Okay. Well, heck with it. I'm going to move on. Okay. So based on how this is going across my screen, I'm going to have to highlight the price and then take it down because you can't see anything I'm doing right here. Okay, so this starts at $18 and we're going to get into it now. And I brought this at many different prices and it's always fascinating to me. Sometimes if I raise the price, it'll sell. And sometimes if I lower the price, it'll sell. I don't get it. I love this. This is some serious 1950s, 1960s, incredible costume jewelry ring bling. I don't know what to say about it. I love it. If it was a little bigger and fit me, I would rock it. I mean, this amber, a Baltic amber ring, is quite large on my smaller hand, but if this fit on this finger, I would wear it all day long. So it's faux pearls, glass rhinestone in this huge mounded dome. It is very well constructed. There's no makers. It is adjustable. So I will give you the size, but you can make this up to about one size bigger than what the dimensions is going to show. And again, it starts at 18. I apologize for StreamYard's weirdness and why it's showing my banner like that. So I got it on my ring measure. And it is a 7.5 at the top, 8, almost 8 at the bottom. So I'm going to go with 7.5. And and you see how big this is? I love this thing. Because it's adjustable right there, and it's never been adjusted. See how much more you could pull it out? So this would go up to an 8.5. If you have big, long fingers and you like rocking your vintage, this is it. This is not something that I find costume jewelry rings like this from the 50s, 60s. I don't find them very often in the wild. So it starts at 18. And I'll tell you how big across the pearls and rhinestones are. In the rhinestones, rainbow out in the sunshine. 1.5 inches in diameter. This is 1.5 inches. Huge. It's gorgeous. Okay. So that was my first item. And remember, I don't do recaps. I don't know. I buy what I love also. So sometimes what I love and what's eclectic is not going to be what you love. And that's okay. Oh, here I am with my technology. That's okay. The right buyer will come along one day. I have faith. So how is everyone today? It's Friday, but I say that, right? Like Friday's magical and special and really means something. It meant something when I was younger. It meant something when I was a parent and my daughter, wasn't at school during the weekend. It meant something when I worked a 9-to-5 job, Monday through Friday. But many people don't work Monday through Friday. People are retired. So Friday is just like another day. So I don't know if it means something. Kathy, what's happening, my friend? I've been thinking about you. I have a question to ask you later. Yes, I do. I have a question to ask you. Okay. I'm going to bring this. And this is going to start at 23. And again, my apologies about highlighting just to get it up there as a reminder for me later. And for anyone who watches the recap, and then you need to take it away, but it hides the screen. Sarah, nope. Rewind. Susan. Hi, Susan Davis. Very nice to meet you. How are you this evening? Kathy, don't let me forget that I want to ask you a question. So this is beautiful. I have to find new adjectives. I'm pretty sure that this piece, let me get this over here, is from the 1930s, not the 50s. Now, saying that, I could be wrong, but this is where I talk and why I tell you why I think that. And then you can come in and tell me why you don't, or other input. First off, look at the cut of these crystals. They're not just plain, rounded, basic cut. They are oval, multifaceted. That's the larger ones. They're not AB coated, so this is just pure crystal glass. Here is the cut glass, black glass. What am I saying? Here is the cut black glass. More crystals, graduated sizes. More black glass. So I'm pretty sure it's check glass. I'm not going to go so far to say that it's morning glass, as in Victorian morning. It is also strung on cord or string. That's a big indicator of age. Here's the clasp. This is an older, reminiscent of Czechoslovakian or West Germany hook clasp. And here's the last part of why I think that. The finials are brass, just like the hook clasp. They're actually brass. They're not that silver tone nor gold tone. And the spacers in between are also brass. That is unusual. I've never seen that in the 50s. This is beautiful. It's just a small piece. Here's the extender. Let me show it to you on Dolly. Where's my Dolly? Oh, Susan. Thank you, honey. They're like this silver rainbow. I call these unicorn. I call them unicorn. They're one of my, Anna. Hello, Anna. They're one of my favorite colors to get. There's another one that I call scarab beetle. Where's my Dolly? Uh-oh, y'all. Where'd Dolly go? Here she is. This is chrome. So it's scarab beetle, and it's green with purples. And it's, oh my gosh, it is so, it's like beetle wings, right? And the place I've been going to doesn't carry the color anymore. And I'm just like, ah. So here it is on Dolly. Oh, sorry. It's crooked. Just a little. There you go. So I do really believe this is all check glass, no AB coating, and that it's from the 30s, even the 20s, based on all the little things I just said to you. So there it is on my Dolly. Thank you all so much for coming in. I so appreciate you. As I was droning on, and I'm going to give you a link, as I was droning on, and this started at 23. As I was droning on and no one was in here, I was saying that I'm in a jagged little pill mood today. Alanis Morissette. I've been playing the first song on repeat, and it's not the one where she's yelling at her man. It's more of a just being upset at society and apathy and disturbances. And I'm just disturbed in general. It's not necessarily one political statement, because I don't do that. I'm just disturbed in general. So it's 9 inches on each side. And I will do just a little putting it around my neck so you get an idea. It's not, let me move my hair. It's not quite a choker, but it's short. If you use the whole extender, it goes right here. And in the sun, this is just brilliant. So starts at 23. And I don't usually find, I don't know why I'm having this thing in my throat right now. I really apologize. Let me get rid of it. Why is that happening? Yeah. I don't use, this has been in my box from the days of eBay for, 25 years. And I don't usually find this cut. I never find brass caps and brass spacers, nor this length. So, actually, and on cord. So actually, if you barely used the extender, it would be a choker. So that's up to you. Started at 23. And it's going down. Don't do recap. And like I say, I'm just going to move around. You might answer. Kathy, you might. I was just wondering if you sewed. I know you sew. That's not the question. I know that you sew. I was wondering, what did I just do? Wrong thing, because I'm talking and typing. I was wondering if you can sew an antique quilt top onto either batting with a back or an existing blanket, and how much you would charge. So you could send me that on IG. Yeah, because I have a sewing machine and I can do basic stitching. I've made a lot of just basic quilts and whatnot, but it's been a long time and I'm not like real good at it. So I would prefer to have, so that starts at 14. I would prefer to pay someone to do it who knows what they're doing. Okay, so these start at 14. And I think they're from the 60s or the 70s. They're enameled. And they're very Art Deco, right? Very Art Deco. Simple black and white. I love them. Here's the back. They are on wires. I don't know if these were originally on these wires. These wires are just very modern. Buy 100 for, $5 on Amazon. I kind of get the vibe with these that these were on either clip-ons or a much older set of earring wires and broke or were taken off the clips and reinvented to be able to wear today. But I love them. They're just simple, but so Art Deco. They're everything about like Monday's mod styling. What size, Kathy? Oh, what size is the quilt? Or what size are the earrings, my dear? You must be specific with me. So, there you go. If they would stop wiggling. They are long without dusting the shoulders. I'll tell you how long. Kathy, the quilt, I'm not sure. I think I would have to measure. I'm thinking it's antique. It's antique. It just someone put it together, but they never then did the batting and all that. I'm thinking it's the antique version of a queen bed, which is, not the same as today's bed sizes. The earrings are 2 inches long. 2 inches long, started at 14. And again, here is the back. So I know, you know what? In the beginning, when no one was here, I was talking about going to the theater early to get a front row seat at the theater. This reminds me, Art Deco, the old theaters that have all closed down except for 2 in my area. The old movie theaters, the outside neon signs and the inside decor. Yeah. Okay. Those were 14. And again, hi, everyone that's coming in. Thank you so much. That's my email, and I keep putting the price up, and I have to take it down because it's going all the way across my screen. My apologies. I'm going to take a sip of water. Sometimes my throat does this. I noticed my mom did this, and I think I picked it up from her as like a nervous tick, because there's nothing wrong with me. And I'm not nervous. So don't know. I am on that whole, does anyone know? Here's a trivia question for right now. Does anyone know the title of the first song on Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill? That's my anthem right now. And it's not a very happy anthem, but then again, it is. I feel like it's a very kind of empowering statement for women about any and all societal stuff. That's all I'm going to say. Let's see. Well, this is really interesting. And I'm having a hard time even knowing what to start it at. I mean, I've seen these really high. But there's all different kinds and types. And I went on this, so let me highlight it and then I'll take it down. I went on to both Safari search, Google search, image search, and eBay. And I couldn't find a single one that looks exactly like this. Not helpful. So it starts at 16, and I can leave that up. It's in its original box. Degas and Clust, New York, New York. Providence, Rhode Island. You can find this, like I said, on eBay. Here's the front. It is in a plastic box. So this particular type of plastic box, I'm thinking 60s, 70s. Okay. It's an award, and it is in its original box with its little, I don't even know what those are called. It's like a brass pin that inserts into the box to hold the charm. So let's see. Let me take this off. I don't know. I mean, it's just a holder, but I do not know the proper name for it. This is all the original stuff. This is so cool. I picked it up because it was so cool. It is an Arthur Murray Award. Arthur Murray, I believe, was based out of New York. I don't know if they're still in existence or not. This is solid brass. They were a dance studio. So look at this beautiful, elegant ballroom couple. And then down at the bottom says Arthur Murray. And then, let's see, Arthur Murray Award. Now, there's many different types of these. There's tie clasps, there's charm bracelets, and since this has a little jump ring, I'm assuming it was meant to go on a charm bracelet. There are medallions. There are ones that actually say, best in class, all this different stuff. But I just thought, I have a collection and I build them up and I randomly sell these little different medallions and metal pins with different sayings on them. And if this doesn't sell here, I will put it in my collection. I have a reseller that buys pretty regularly from me. I offer them up to him in a lot and I make a profit. And then he must have a booth or sell on eBay. I'm not sure. But he makes a profit and I make a profit. But I just thought this was so interesting. I wanted to bring it to you guys first. It is 3/4 of an inch long and 3/4 of an inch wide. Go figure. And if you look Arthur Murray this is the maker for all of them up, and I have its original box up on eBay. You will find, I'll remove that and move on. Yeah, right, Kathy. That's my mood. You will find that these sell much higher than $16, and some of them sell really high. And I don't know enough about it. And I couldn't find this one at all. So is this one rare? Is it really old? But it's in this plastic box. I don't know. And all I really want is some intellectual conversation. Okay, it's going down. And like I say, it may wind up going in, Kathy, it may wind up going in my collection that I offer to my reseller friend. Let's see. And even the next song, I can relate to a little bit in this moment, but that's not really where I'm at. Okay, let's do this whole set. This whole set is going to be $39. Welcome in, everyone. I appreciate anyone and everyone that comes in, lurking or not. Thank you so much. Even if you don't stay, can you hit the thumbs up? I'm working, I really am working really hard to build a business that's going to become full-time. Last year, I worked at just establishing myself. This year, I'm working on going up. By next year, I need this to be full-time. And YouTube, it's not me. I could care less if that's not true. I don't have a big dog in the fight about the thumbs up and subscribing, but YouTube does. And, I can either create a video that puts that in front that says, welcome in, please subscribe, please hit the thumbs up, or at the end, or, and I hate saying it all the time because I feel like I'm begging you. And I don't like that, but it's the only way YouTube is going to push me up is with those things. So I have to keep saying it. My apologies. Every time I say it, I feel like an asshat. I don't like making it sound like a requirement. It is not a requirement of coming in, lurking, or buying from me that you do either of those two things. It just helps. So this is a set of mother of pearl. They are contemporary. These are the earrings. And I really like the hexagon shape. I have never investigated these little beads. Hold on. Sorry, that's what I do. I think they're just it's hard to tell. I'm not getting a good read on my teeth. To my hands, they feel cool. I think they're tiny little opalescent glass beads, not faux pearls. They're very short. So they're elegant. This would be a whole dress you up outfit. There are the earrings. Kathy, how have you been this week? Have you been doing well? This is where I have to remove the start because I can't show things properly. It is toggle closure. Let me close it if I can. Sometimes I wonder. It's like, how old are you again, Lucinda? I'm talking to myself now. You can't close a toggle? What's wrong with you? Sometimes I just have to wonder about myself. Okay. It is a toggle closure. Here again is those opalescent glass beads and the hexagon bracelet. It's pretty large, and I should not have closed it first. Now I have to unclose it. So I want to show it to you on my wrist. Anyone else out there want to tell me how's it going? How are you doing? What's up? You have any big weekend plans? My plan is to invoice and go out to one of my favorite little thrift stores. I don't know why this is such a pain. I don't know why this is so difficult. It should not be something to do with me. Okay. Here you go. So look how much space there is on my wrist. And that's a lot of space. That is, and the ring light's blowing out any colors. That's a lot of space. So since my wrist is a 7.5, I'm going to go with this would fit an 8.5. An 8.5. And it does, believe it or not, have color waves. See there? It just was not picking up at all with the ring light. So that's the bracelet. And then, Kathy, don't tell me that. And here is the necklace. Same thing, toggle. And it's on, is it fishing line? I'm assuming, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm making that assumption because that's generally the case. With modern. Yeah, unclear if it's fishing line or if it's a thin metal. And it's a nice long necklace. I'm going to wager that this is around that 16-inch mark, maybe 18. Let's go through the toggle thing again because it's so entertaining. Oh, man. Okay. So if the toggle was closed, yep. Sure enough. Sorry, it's not flat. That's just because you have to play with it, and I just threw it on. But so it's coming down to the top of my sternum bone. So that means it's 18 inches in total. So this, and remember the bracelet is a 8.5, which is ladies medium. Okay, started at $39 for the whole set. Okay. I will put it back and move on. And as always, I don't do recaps, but I do previews. And I don't always get through all my items. I always put more than I can get through. So if you come in late, set your settings to, 2 times faster than normal. Through, drop in the chat what you want me to show you again, and I will happily do that. Or if you watched my preview and you know of an item that you're interested in, put it in the chat and I'll get to it sooner. I'm good with that. I'm here for you and for me, but okay, this is going to be a bargain. And yeah, this is going to be a bargain. I've had this and squirreled away in a box forever. I sold I think the matching one was a blue that I've had for a long time. And I sold it a couple months ago. So this starts at 15. This starts at 15. And now I have to take that away because it blocks my screen. It is the, the word is escaping me. It's not a repop. It's the Chinese. I feel like it starts with a C. Cinnabar. Etched plastic. It's a this right here is why it's 15. These are generally from the 60s, 70s. It's a beautiful, it's like mimicking jade green. It is a very light plastic. It may be, and this is maybe why it's broken, a type of celluloid. Although I'm not quite sure if that's right. It's not Bakelite, but it's not regular plastic either. It's a certain type in which they did this. They still do this whole, usually it's in red. This cinnabar, I'm pretty sure that's the right word, y'all. Now, the reason why it's 15 is because this is, so 60s, let's go with 70s, 55 years old. And the reason why I'm thinking celluloid is because it broke and someone did a perfect repair job. Perfect in that there's no glue showing on the front and it's not going to come back apart. But it is there. See, something happened where there's that piece right there. I think someone was wearing it and slammed it or it got caught in something. But it is 55 years old. And where is the break? The break is here in the front. But notice you don't see it. So no one is looking in the inside of your bracelet when you're wearing it. So as long as it doesn't show, and it's meant to look like jade. So as long as it's not showing in the front, which it's not, and there is no other damage, then it really doesn't matter. And at 15, it's a very good bargain. Now, does it fit me? Yes. And I love my plastics. See, here's some plastic bracelets, a couple Bakelite pieces. This tortoiseshell spacer may also be a Bakelite. I've never tested it. And then just some 1960s, like a moon glow without the glow tortoiseshell. So since this fits me, it's a 7.5. Starts at $15. Boom. And If someone really, really loves it with that repair, which you cannot see on the outside, I'll drop it to 12, but I can't go any lower than that, and it's worth that. Okay. Okay. Thank you for being here. Thank you for looking. I'm starting to feel less jagged. I hope you are as well. 12. Hello, Sandy. It's really, I didn't know you were here. Hi, my friend. Working and lurking. It's Friday. I was going to come in Monday night to Old Ladies Working and Packing. But by the time my Monday show was done, I was just so wiped out that I didn't. But I wanted to. And I'm going to try to start making that a thing. Fact of the matter is, if y'all have room for me, no, doing a sale and then coming in, that would be too hard. Never mind. I would just love the motivation of working with others. So fair warning, Sandy's come in at 12. If anyone else is interested, you'd have to come in at 13 or higher. It's $1 increments until we get to 50, and then it's 5. I try to account for the lag. Last call. And I should look at my YouTube. I'm not glitching. Yay! Okay. Uh-oh. I'm so technologically challenged. Sold to my friend Sandy. Thank you so much, Sandy. And I'm glad you like it. I'm glad it's going to have a home. I like it. I have squirreled it away for 25, almost 30 years. So it must have meant something. Okay, it's going over here. And I'll put it in a bag and or box later. Thank you. How are you, Sandy? Doing well? I hope so. Okay, let's follow that green piece up with what? Something entirely. Ooh, this is coming, but not yet. Let's do this. Good. I'm glad. Not freezing to death. It's not raining in California anymore. In 5 days' time, we got an entire month's worth of rain. I was about ready to build an ark. Okay. So this, Kathy, what did I say just last Monday? I think this Monday, it was either Monday or Friday, when I said, please don't stalk people. When I was talking about Noelle's Pinterest. Okay, this is a beautiful, beautiful ring. It is sterling silver. It is light blue topaz and dark purple amethyst. It is tested. I bought it from a reputable source. It's really pretty. Is it vintage? Is it contemporary? I don't know. I'm just learning these. I'm just learning more. I've always dealt in costume jewelry and high-end costume jewelry from Macy's, Capwell's, that had sterling silver and, some semi-precious stones, but very little, mostly just the metals. Back in the 70s at the flea markets with my mom. So I'm just learning more about these, but I can tell you I looked up amethyst and topaz sterling silver rings, and they go for a couple $100. So I'm very confident, and I'm not making a ton of return on this, but I'm quite confident that I'm bringing it to you at a good price. Here is, I still can't do that thing Steph does with my loop where I can hold it up on the computer and magnify the mark. I have not been able to figure that out. But there's the 925. And like I said, it was tested. Here is the inside mounting. It's a really pretty and elegant little ring. And like I say, of course, I can't find this exact one because there's so many out there. But these they go for more like $150, sometimes $300, depending on a variety of factors. So at 48, I believe I highlighted that. Maybe I didn't. At 48 start, I feel good about that. It is a smaller size. So often when it's a much smaller size, I kind of feel that it's been around for a little while, but not necessarily. It is a 6.5, size 6.5. And look at how lovely the prong setting is on that piece and how high it stands. And then the beautiful blue topaz on each side, like an ocean blue. It's a very nice ring. You know anyone who's got a birthday coming up, or you just want to give someone a happy present, this would be fantastic. Matches my nails, but it's too small for me. So I don't do recaps. So if you change your mind, or if you're watching it on the replay, let me know. The reflection from the screen, yeah. I know, Kathy, I struggle and it doesn't. So did Noel, this is going to go down, but if you change your mind, let me know. If you have small fingers, $48, $2 less than 50, it's a good investment. And if this was a large size and someone gave it to me, I'd be happy to accept. Kathy, did she upload more photos recently? Because I was talking on Monday, it was either Monday or Friday, and saying, hey, upload some more photos. I would love to see them. So has she? Because what I saw was, I think, 4 altogether, and that was last week. Okay, moving on to something entirely different. Let's do another necklace. Ooh, let me do this. And like I said, I have high end and low end and medium. And high for me means, $60. High for me means $48. I don't think on YouTube I've ever brought anything for over 60. Don't think so. Okay. I brought the high domed, incredible one of these on, it's either Monday or Friday. The two are mixed together in my head. And I got this one at the same time. The swedge back and the way that the kind of little eye holes, if you want. I heard Jeremy with Yvonne saying that last night. I think that's just what he calls them. Says to me that this is likely from the 50s. It is huge and perfect prong set, radiant, gorgeous brooch. I only have 2 brooches that, yeah, 2, I think, that I'm asking $50 because they're D&E Juliana. Generally, my brooches run a little under 20 to 20, sometimes 10. I have one today that's 10, but this, look at all the layers. And it's huge. It has no maker's mark. And I find that very hard to believe. It maybe came in a set with a necklace and bracelet, and the necklace or the earrings or the bracelet was marked, and they didn't mark this piece because they used to do that in sets. This is ice, ice, baby. Let's see. Let's do it over here. Okay, Kathy. BRB, never mind. Okay. Let me remove this, but it starts at 27 to show you how large it is. And then I'll measure it. I mean, these are the statement brooches. These are the like, hello, hello, I'm here. And I'm stunning and I'm happy. Look at it. It's gorgeous. I mean, see, to me, this should be marked Weiss. It's just really high quality. It's got all the layers, no dead stones. Oof. I really, I don't know how it's not signed. I don't. Let me tell you how big it is dimension-wise. And, oh, so let me try to help you. Let me take it off of this. It helps me because there's so much going on. So let me hold it correctly. So here there is a stem that comes up with rhinestones that go off. Then lower down is another stem with the little rhinestones going up like little flowers that aren't open yet. And then there's these long like leaves at different, there's 3 layers coming up, and these are smaller, and then these are the large ones. Can you kind of see that? I mean, it's a lot going on. So it's just, ooh, can you imagine how much rainbows this would throw off in the sun? Holy bejesus. Holy bejesus. Okay, silver tone. It is, my ruler's backwards. It sounds like my day. 3 inches across at the bottom. And almost 3 inches long. Yep. So, and again, here's the back. Started at 27. And it's going down. As always, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Tons of pictures. Oh, Kathy. No, I'll go back and check. Thank you so much for telling me that. Because I asked her on Monday, I said, please post more. Yay. That's exciting. That's very exciting to me. Okay, let's see. I'm going from that to a couple random things. This starts at $6. Again, I don't know why my voice is doing that. I mean, I was sick last week, but I'm not sick anymore. This starts at $6. And the fact of the matter is, you know what we're going to do with that? It is fun. It is all of that, but it's a buy it now at 6. So you just type in wand, bracelet, whatever. This is actually really fun. It is a stretch bracelet. This is an older vintage glass bead. So Kathy, you were just saying how you were taking apart jewelry to make stuff. Well, this would be a good piece to do that with. This is older red glass, super long piece. Is this? Yep. This is this beautiful crackle with some dyed red put in there. It is glass. This is the old spacers on 1950s, like Japanese choker necklaces. Here's another more orange-ish glass bead. Here's an orange. Yeah, so someone just took old vintage beads and made this gorgeous stretch bracelet. Now, I'm not a huge fan of stretch bracelets, but I am a fan of all of these beads. I don't even remember what I paid for it, but it's been sitting around for a while. And this would be, yeah, this would be a great one to take apart. Okay, so Kathy, put in bracelet or $6 or something to make it official. And I didn't even think of that until I pulled it up and you said that you were doing that. And I was kind of horrified, but but just make it official. Type in a number, type in a bracelet, do something. Or I'll do it. I'll do it. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, I was just, as I haven't really, I hadn't really looked at it until just now. And when I picked it up, I was like, oh, wait, those are vintage. And then I was like, oh, Kathy's taking things apart. So it came out of my mouth. Thank you, Kathy. I don't always approve of people taking vintage jewelry apart, but a lot of times I have a whole bag of stuff. It's missing a rhinestone. Some of the pearls are scratched, this, that, the other. So then I have it, to repair stuff. So thank you, Kathy. What are you doing with the old jewelry? Are you going to do something like that? Making new fabulous things? Good to know. They did the crackle thing in the 60s. Yeah, those are old beads. And I mean, instead of throwing the whole thing out, yeah, repurpose, reuse. That's a big part of why I love vintage, why I love antique, because we're just naturally repurposing. Similar to that heart, that beautiful that you posted on Instagram. That was really nice, Kathy. I know you didn't make it. I think you were saying you bought it from Trisha, but wow. It's really cool. Okay. This is going to be a start choice for 14 each. Starts at choice, 14 each. Cool. So did that piece inspire you to do that? Or is, with all of your different artistic talents, is that something you were doing anyway, or that you do anyway? I don't know. I mean, I made jewelry for years. And I still have all the fine precision, expensive German, needle nose pliers for jewelry and all that stuff. Because I always think I'm going to get back to that. Oh, well, see, there you go, Kathy. I didn't get that. So this one is a Trifari. It is clearly, from the 90s or 2000s. That's just knowing Trifari. And this one is a mystery to me what that maker's mark is. There is initials, there is a word, believe it or not, but I don't know what it is. So there you go. So this one is with the unknown is this luscious red strawberry with the enameled top and the gold with little tiny rhinestones. And they are both quite large. And of course, it's also enameled. This is red is enameled. And the Trifari is just a silver tone with bumped out metal and texturized strawberry. But they're both fabulous. They're both essentially the same size. I mean, I would wear both of these as brooches. I have brooches on everything I own, overshirt wise. I would wear both of them. You could put them together and stack them, but you could also put them on items separately. And they're big, see? Big. I really wish this would go away. I apologize. From stem to the bottom is 2.5 on the silver strawberry, which is the Trifari 2000s. And the red strawberry that I can't read the maker's mark is 2 inches. So the silver is 2.5 and the red is 2 inches long. 1.5 inches. And they're both 1.5 inches wide at the widest. Your choice, starting at 14. They're both heavy. They're good. Let me get the ring light out of the way for a minute. They're very good quality. And you can see how this one's just a little bigger. Got a teacher? Got a friend? Want to wear matching but different? Here you go. Okay. Thank you for looking. I appreciate it. Sandy, if you're still here, what are you doing? Well, for you, it's this evening. What are you doing tonight? Friday night. What is I really don't know why this is happening. Maybe after being sick all week last week, there's just still some clearing out. My dad always keeps the house so hot. I don't know. I lost my train of thought. So this is, I know it had to do with a piece of jewelry. It is no longer on the jewelry. I have a good idea. Yep, that's a whole thing, Cindy. I bought new boxes. Maybe, Kathy. There you go. I bought 3 new plastic bins because I have boxes of jewelry and I need to do a whole new sort, a new compilation. Bracelets, vintage. Brooches, vintage. bracelets, contemporary, a whole thing, stuff to put into bundles, sorting through, maybe there's more stuff I want to donate, sorting through, maybe there's a box for clearance. I mean, it's a whole thing. So this is celluloid. I don't remember where I got it from. Oh, yes, I do. So the person is not here at this sale, but that wouldn't offend me. I wouldn't have a problem with that. I just unpacked it this morning. This starts at 8. It is celluloid. It is 2 white leaves on this celluloid chain. I am going to presume, and then I'll show you the back. See, even these are the celluloid, they're like jump rings. This is probably from the 30s, maybe the 50s. I'm presuming it was on a piece of jewelry, potentially even a brooch. And it was, hanging off of the brooch. It's big for that, but hey. So, what I would do with this, and if this doesn't sell, I'm bringing it back twice. And if it doesn't sell, I'm going to do it. I am going to take apart a modern glued on pin back from something I have, and I am going to put one of these chains right here glued on with some epoxy on that pin back and turn it right back into a hanging brooch. I actually think I would prefer to have it hang more kind of like this. I like when things have movement and play and definition like that. Of course, you could just hang it on a hook on something. You could lay it on your vanity. You could, there's a million things. But it's very old and it's really nice piece of celluloid. Here's the back. And you could see me holding it up to my shirt that it's big. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 links. And the leaves are almost like little hearts, even though they're leaves. Earrings. Oh, yes. You could do that as well. And I could do that. I could literally take this middle one. Well, that would be 2. I'd have to break these 2 middle ones. And then just that's perfect, Kathy. Have it hang with just 2 jump rings on some nice gold earring wires. That would be so easy to do. How big would that be? Let's see. Let's pretend. I love that idea. There you go. Look at that. And they're so lightweight. That'd be really nice in the summer. $8 start, y'all. That is a great idea, Kathy. I mean, you're losing a couple rings, but so you could also, and even just a safety pin, you could put the 2 rings on a safety pin and do like that and have it hanging off your jean jacket. Easy peasy. So each leaf is 2 inches. And from leaf to leaf with the 5 celluloid jump rings, it is 5.5 inches long, starting at 8. And like I say, it's going to take the right person, but because plastic is my number 1 favorite thing, I'll probably only bring this back one more time, and then I'm going to claim it, and I'm going to do something with it, because that's the way I roll. Thank you to anyone who's coming in and joining me. And if you get a chance, please hit the thumbs up and or subscribe. YouTube, I keep almost reaching 350, and then I go in and they've taken away 1 or 2 people. I noticed today I went and checked my analytics and it was like -1 subscriber. And I thought to myself, did someone seriously come back and unsubscribe in protest because my channel is just so horrible? I don't think so. I think that YouTube, I don't know why they do that. I mean, someone subscribed, they're not unsubscribing, but YouTube really makes it difficult to tip yourself over to the higher numbers. I don't get it. You would think that they would want to help people grow and leave that stuff alone, because then they get to put ads on your videos and they make money. Now, on that note, for 4 days, my newest videos all had advertisements all through them. Never happened before. And I was like, holy moly, what happened? Now, I did reach 3,000 watch hours last week. So I thought, well, they're not monetizing me, but they're pushing me in browse. And now I have 3,000 watch hours. So maybe that's why there's ads on my videos. I don't know. And I was so excited. And then I went back to look today and they're gone. So I don't know. I just have to take these things with a grain of salt and be like, okay, y'all, whatever. I don't know what's happening. Okay. This starts at 16. 16. Can't remember where I got it because I buy a lot. I buy at estate sales. I buy at thrift stores. I buy at hospice shops. I buy at white elephant sales. And I buy from other resellers if I think I can if I can put enough in my box to cover shipping and everything. Sometimes I'm keeping an item for myself and the other items are going to you, my friends. I buy from other resellers. So this is really neat. I'm checking before I show it to you if it's cord or fishing line. It's cord. So this one is a little puzzling, but I think I've got the idea. This is a modern clasp, right? It's modern. It is done on cord. That is not fishing line, even though they burned the ends. Someone handmade this piece. They burned the ends to ensure the knots wouldn't come undone. I remember doing that. It's always tricky to get it where it looks attractive. It's difficult. Then here are these lovely older glass brown beads, and each one of these is interspersed like that. And then these brown glass beads. So you notice how this one looks like it has a chip. It's completely polished and smooth. And so what I believe I'm looking at is recycled glass, brown recycled glass made into polished beads. It's really very pretty. So recycled glass beads, started a little bit in the 80s, jumped a little more in the 90s, became a much bigger thing in the early 2000s. It's still happening. I'm not sure how big of a trend it is anymore. I mean, it's out there. It's not like it's not. Let me remove that from my screen. But the coloring on this, there's a lot, depending on how the light hits it, as you can see on my screen, it can look black. It can look very clear. It can have two-tone. It can be very opaque with a little bit of red, and they're all different shapes. And there's 2 smaller brown glass beads in between each one. And I like it, and it feels, it's like root beer, right? Almost tortoiseshell-y, and it feels so good on your hands, which is going to translate to feeling really good when you're wearing it. They are essentially graduated sizes, but not entirely, because, they're recycled polished glass beads, kind of like sea glass or something, right? Starts at 16. Let's see. Now, I do not have a skinny neck, but then I have that, but my neck is not fat. But what I will say about this piece is it's not a choker, but it's right up there. If I had the clasp closed, I would think this would be, let me see. Let me make this right. Where is it? There you go. Yeah, it falls right here. So it's probably 12 inches around. And again, it's going to have that play of the light on it as you wear it. And keep in mind, it's getting dark here, and I'm by a huge window. So that starts to shift how you see things. But this is a nice kind of boho, save the planet piece, starting at 16. And I don't think until and if I decide sometime several months from now to do a clearance that I can go any lower than that, or I would. But I don't think I can. 16. And it's a little heavy because this is bottle. Some kind of bottles is my assumption. The beads are made from some kind of old brown bottles. Okay, it's going down. I don't do recaps. So let's do something fabulous. I wanted to wait for a little bit to bring this. This, for me, I have 2 stars of the show, if you will. This is one of them. And I couldn't find this. So based on what it is and the fact that I could not find this, and looking up all the other ones that are from this time period with this particular stone by this maker, but not being able to find this one, anyone who's here with me, you will be like, wow, this thing, oh my God. This is a very good price. The only ones I could find were adjustable costume jewelry. Now, what the hell am I talking about? I'm talking about this. Sarah Coventry in the 70s did a version of this magical tourmaline watermelon style glass. I have a pendant like this. This is not her. And this is not an adjustable costume jewelry ring. Anyone know the maker of this? Look how high it stands. I know the maker. I'm just asking you if you know. These are actually see-through. I tried to see if this black was perhaps dirt that needed to be cleaned out without trying to mess with the integrity of this incredible magical stone. No, it is just etched like this. This is Whiting and Davis. This is Whiting and Davis, the company that made all the mesh bags. Whiting and Davis did jewelry for a small amount of time in the 60s and 70s. And I believe the few rings I could find that were adjustable in this watermelon tourmaline, this is glass. This is glass that comes to a point, that were adjustable are from the 70s. I think this is from the 60s. Look how high it's stacked. You can find earrings. I think there might have been a tie clip of some type or something, and adjustable Whiting and Davis rings with this, but not this. This is solid band. As far as I know, it's gold tone. There is writing in here that says they are, Kathy, but this is they are. They're still around. They're owned by someone else. Look at that. I just noticed. This one little, this is from manufacturing. There's this one little piece that sticks out right there. Don't know why, but so see, look at the details. So talk about a unicorn. This is this is rare. That's the bottom line, what I'm going to say. I did so much research on this, and I can find no rings that are not adjustable by Whiting and Davis with this magical stone. And that is why, and the adjustable rings start at 36. And this is solid. It is heavy. Here is the back. It has that coating to keep the glass turning these multicolors. And I cannot read. I spent like 45 minutes over a period of 24 hours trying to see if it said gold filled. I cannot read it. The Whiting and Davis is right back in here. But I can't read if it says GF for gold filled. It was hard enough to find the Whiting and Davis. Fact of the matter is, the store that I bought this at did not see that it said that. They had no idea. And it's so small and so worn down. Someone wore this a lot that I can't read it. I mean, I have a huge magnifier. I have a loop. I shined a loop with a light. I did everything, and I cannot read it. This thing is so, I don't think what I'm showing to you does it justice. If this was a large size, there you go. So this could be from the 50s, Kathy. If this was a large size, there was no way I would be selling it. Absolutely no way. But I can't wear that big of a ring on my pinky. God. See that? Holy Jesus. It's 1, 2, 3. 3 stacks of metal and then the stone. So let me give you a size. This is early. Even the signature that I could make out, I looked up marks. This is an early one. But yes. I'm going with like late 50s, early 60s. And unfortunately, it's that smaller size, or I'd be all over it. I'd be all over it. See, look at that. 4.5. Bottom is almost at 5. I would, and I will, if no one buys this, I'll bring it a few times. If no one buys this, this will just go in my collection and I will just stare at it. This is a unicorn, rare, hard to find, Whiting and Davis, glass, water tourmaline, pointed domed ring. Not the adjustable one. So, you know where to find me. So I took some time on that because it is so sexy. At least that's what I think. When I see it, I'm like, man, that's sexy. But then I love water tourmaline, but just, oh, yeah. So we'll move off of that. You know where to find me if you're interested later. Yeah, Kathy, Whiting and Davis was bought out by some other company in the 90s. I just, I found that out in my research. I just can't remember who the heck it is. So you know what I'm going to do right now? I bought 2 houseware items. And I'm going to do this one. Starts at $34. I just picked this up 2 days ago. This is so beautiful. And I'm going to have to move the banner. Starts at 34. Starts at 34. When I did my research on these are all over the map on eBay. Some people are asking $150, $200. Some people are asking $60. Some people are asking $20. So I'm asking $34. This is an older one because of the stamp. Look at the bottom. This is a very well-known design of the flying birds of happiness coming up to eat the grapes. It is that Moriage. The blue paint is raised. This is all hand painted. It is the gold rim. I don't care as much about that. Look at the flowers have the gold paint to really make them pop. All hand painted. Look at the bird, and the bottom brings up like lusterware. The pink, and this is porcelain. This is porcelain. Look how on this side there's 2 flying. And here is the third one up in the grapes. So there's 3 on that side and then 1 over here. I'm going to show you the bottom. Look at it. It is porcelain, Moriage, hand painted. The birds. Incredible. I'm going to show you these birds one more time. So it is made by Toyo Macaw, the country Macaw, made in China. I believe it was 99 cents. This is from the 1960s, except caveat. This is an older Toyo stamp with this 99 cents. Then there are ginger jars. There are these vases. They are on eBay. And like I said, the prices are all over the map. But this particular Toyo stamp is different than most of the items on eBay. And so this is one of their earliest versions of this porcelain incredible vase. Starts at 36. It's in perfect condition. It's so pretty. If you collect ginger, these are highly desirable. I found out, I mean, I already knew the brand Toyo, but I didn't know about this particular line. The people who are asking 100 or more are not totally out of their minds. This is a very desirable line of that type of household wear, vintage household wear. Here's the inside. It's got a little bit of dirt, but I think that's just from sitting around. I don't think it was ever used. It is, my head is 8 inches, so it's a little bit, maybe 8.5 inches tall by probably 4 inches wide. And you can feel the paint. I can feel the birds as I touch them. It has not been, it's not glazed over. This paint is raw. There is no clear coat. And that is unheard of. That may be one of the reasons why it's so desirable. They ruined, you always get that crackle and those lines because of the clear coat. You can feel the hand painting. Extremely delicate, beautiful piece. So that is a houseware piece I bought, and I'm a birder. I'm a lifelong birder. I love it. Oh, who just started? I don't know. Either that or people got bored with my vase. Thank you for stopping in, everyone who left. I'm a birder, and if I bring this 3 or 4 times and no one is interested, I'll keep it. I mean, I did not buy it to keep, and I don't want gigantic collections anymore, but I will keep it. Who all is here? Where did everybody go? Did I bore you to death with my vase? Did someone else come on? I know a couple of people who are on right now. But there's always so many people. There's always so much happening. So these are going to start at $18. These, I'm assuming these are from the 60s. And I'm this eclectic love of everything vintage. And the place where I bought it from, the person who does their jewelry wrote, "I love these vintage earrings." Well, so do I. Let me remove that. Starts at 18. Look at these. They're heavy. They're a cream enameled with an S right here. Glass rhinestones. Hold on. Let me check something. Okay. And plastic. The purple on the top and the bottom is plastic. The S in there, I think it's just design. There is no maker's mark. I'll look on the earring backs where the posts are. They're post earrings. I didn't see a maker. Maybe that's one down there. But the S makes me think of Sharpelli. $27 for the clear pronged flower brooch set. Noel. You found earrings, watch, and pendants to match? Okay, wait, now, hold on. I'm completely confused. Noel. Okay. Thank you, sweetheart. Hi, Noel. Hello. I was like, do I have a set? I want to have a set. What is the set? I wish I had a set. Noel, do you mean this piece, honey? I think this is what you mean. This beautiful floral, incredible thing. Yes? Good for you. This, man alive. Boom. I was, I'm always good. Thank you, Noel. Thank you. It's so cool. Let me just sell this to Noel for $27. I love this. Flower clear brooch. Thank you, Noel. Thank you. This is going to go in a box. I'm invoicing more than half tomorrow and finishing up Monday, Tuesday. And as soon as I get paid, it will be going out. This is the end of my week 2 Build-A-Box. Okay, so did I perhaps see a maker? No, optical illusion. It's just the metal. The only thing not watched. What? Kathy, how can you say found earrings, watched, and pendants to match, and then you say watched, not watched? Kathy, I gotta say, I don't understand what you're saying to me at all. I'm sorry. Are you perhaps saying that as you're going through the jewelry and taking it apart, you found some matching things? Boom. Okay. So here's the back. 1960s. These plastic are just, they didn't have their original small earring backs anymore. So someone threw these on. They're not original to this. These are so either late 60s, early 70s. And I kind of am leaning a little more towards the late 60s because the cream color was so very popular in the 60s. When we got into the 70s, everything became, much more colorful. They are long. If they weren't so heavy, I saw them and I fell in love. If they weren't so heavy, I would wear them. But because I'm 63, don't tell. Because I'm 63 and I've had my ears pierced in multiple places since I was 12. Heavy earrings just it just pulls the open hole down, and it's not attractive and it doesn't feel comfortable. But if they were lighter, these would be in my ears. They're 2.5 inches long. Yeah, I just think that's what they are. Boom. Yes. Oh, that's what we're talking about. Yes, exactly. I found a lot of earrings and like earring and pendant set, and maybe it was watches that are the Whiting and Davis with that incredible glass watermelon dome stone. But the rings are the only rings that are on there are adjustable costume jewelry, and this is solid. So I don't know. Now I'm going to put this back on here and move on. Yeah, exactly. It was made. I think that mine that's not adjustable is a higher quality piece that was made in the 60s, and then in the 70s they did the adjustable. Noelle, no, I did not say that. Noelle. No, Noelle, you heard wrong. I am 43. Shh. But I'm not, above the 6'5" yet. Every time I think, ooh, I'm getting older, I actually kind of feel younger. And I think that it will continue until something happens with my health. And then it'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm feeling my age now. I mean, I have fibromyalgia and a bad lower back. But other than that, I'm a very blessed, healthy person. But I'll go with 43 until I hit that place of whatever. I'm 43. Okay. This is, like I said, I bring an eclectic mixture of stuff to try to accommodate everyone's budget. And that doesn't mean that, everyone is here for, the contemporary or the lower end pieces. But you know what? A lot of people are. So, hey, I don't have a problem with that. I just like the pretties. I like the treasures. I'm down with that. I'm just addicted to the shiny. So there you are. Thank you, guys. So young, oozing. See, Noelle? Noelle, am I oozing my age? Noelle, God bless you, honey. Oh, man. I hope I'm not oozing my age. Thank you for the laugh. Oh, boy, that's going to stay with me for a while. Okay. This is a contemporary necklace. I'm pretty sure the 2000s. I've been through this before. I haven't showed it for a while. It is BOHM is the maker. BOHM. Don't know anything about it. What I do know is I really like what they've done here. This is all glass. So it's very long. Orange. And, I don't know if they made it in the vintage style, I don't know anything about it. But let's get the ring light out of there for a minute. I love the oranges. This piece has dangles, has these little gold florals, has the encased clear, something going on here, twisted. And they just did a lot of stuff. These, hold on. Nope, they're stones too. Some kind of jasper, maybe. I mean, these are some very nice stones. It's very nice workmanship. I picked it up because I like it. Otherwise, I would not have bothered. I like the way that these dangle. I like the little flowers. Here is a smoky topaz looking one. See how long my arm is getting tired from holding this up. So it's all mostly in the orange wave with some smoky topaz and then this yellow. They're all glass and it's long. I do not know who BOHM is. This is the hang tag on there, BOHM. It's just gold tone. It's super long. But I like it. I like the glass. I couldn't help it. I would double it when I wore it, and that may have been the intention. It's a nice piece at Kathy. It's a nice piece at $16 to give to a young adult, to a teenager, to yourself, to a teacher. I mean, I would wear this. I love my vintage, but I also love my plastics and I love my glass. And looking at it like this, it's totally acceptable to me. Starting at 16. And it is so long that I'm not going to put it on, but I'm going to tell you that I'm quite clear. It probably goes heavy. Uh-oh. I'm back. Thank goodness. I hope that doesn't happening. And I just really, all the beads have some distinction. So, and then that's like little jump rings. That's interesting. But they're not rings, they're solid. Yeah, so I found it appealing in that way. And someday someone will come to my sale and say, I like it too. And pick it up. So there you go. 16. And I have to do a quick note here. Tomorrow I need to video bracelets for my friend Phil. Okay, this is going down. I don't do recaps. So if anyone is interested, put it in the chat. If you came in late, you can always change your speed settings to ×2 and go through all the items I've already brought and then type in the chat, hey, I'd like to see that such and such a thing. Or, I really love that vase back there. Could you please show it again? And obviously, I always get after my sales emails of people wanting items. So that's an option as well. Okay. But if you're in this sale and watching my preview, I did throw in several items that were not in my preview. I tend to do that. I tend to fuss and try to make kind of a color palette or a era palette or just something that it all seems to go together in some way. And then sometimes I look at it, I'm like, no, there's not enough silver. There's not enough gold. Or no, I brought way too much low end. There's not enough higher end or whatever. And I wind up coming up in the morning and adding in more things that y'all haven't seen. But if you see my preview and you're interested in something, put it in the chat. And you can step out of the sale and watch the preview. It kind of makes it easier for everyone. Okay. Believe it or not, I've had this for longer than I've been reselling on eBay, but not as long as the 70s, back when I did the flea market in the summers for 2 years with my mom. I think it's been in my personal collection for 35 to 40 years. And I love plastics, but somehow it just got stuck in my closet, hanging on a hook. And it sat there for more than a dozen years. And so I saw it and I was like, nope, if it's doing that and you're not wearing it and you're not displaying it and it's not in your jewelry box, then you need to let it go because you've got in new collections. So that's what I'm doing. It starts at 20. Why? Because it's really cool. It is old celluloid. And when I say old, I mean old. It's possible this is just the bubbly water. It's possible this is from the 1950s. And I say that because where is it? I thought I saw that. Well, maybe I'm out of my mind. Okay, I take it back. Nope. No, there it is. Okay. Because the jump rings, even though they're very well done and very high quality, they're not solid. So I'm saying this is 1950s just because the jump rings aren't solid. However, there is, see where the metal's been rubbing on the celluloid, the orange creamsicle celluloid? See how much it's kind of tarnished right there? I'm sure you could clean that off if you wanted, but I don't do stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't do that with anything I wear or anything I own. I just leave it in its natural condition. But that much wear definitely could have happened in the 50s. But I feel like it's more 30s. Okay. And this is a little darker. When I hold it way up close like that, it makes it seem super light. So this is the necklace chain. There is no clasp. It's super lightweight. Hold on. Why are you not? There you go. Super lightweight. And then at the bottom is this encased, same color, but this has been faded out a little by the sun, is what I believe. Orange celluloid encased in this clear. And because it's this orange and then encased in this milky clear, it looks like creamsicle to me. And it is orange. There you go. Orange. This huge drop. It's just got... Now, so this is another thing that's confusing because I know it's super old. But it's just got almost more of a modern chintzy. I used to buy these when I did jewelry. Piece here that holds this on, and hold on. I'm looking. I do not believe that the metal goes all the way through. So, right? But it's the same jump ring style down here. Now, the only thing that makes me still hold my opinion is that this is very deco. It's not just, and it's thicker. It's much thicker than the chintzy ones that I would buy now. So it's either 1950s or 1930s. It's a beautiful piece. And I have lots of different, like a red cherry celluloid belt, from the 1960s. I had this orange piece hanging with it. I just had all these plastic pieces hanging on these hooks in my closet. And I was like, this is ridiculous. If you're not going to wear them, I'm talking to myself, you're not going to wear them and you're just going to hang them in your closet, then you need to sell it. So the pendant itself goes to the middle. The chain is right at the top. So I'm thinking, good Lord, probably 24 inches and another like this, 26, but I will measure it for you. It really, you can wear it mostly starting at 20. It's a rare, unique piece. You're not going to, I didn't research because I didn't feel the need to. I don't think you're going to find this on, the social media selling platforms anywhere. It's unique and really old. If you could hold this in your hand and here, listen. You hear the sound? It's unique. It's really interesting and I love it, but I don't wear it for way too long. And I have my most prized collection that I've been necklace. Whoops, I just spun again, which means it's 30 inches in total. And the pendant is 2.5 inches long. Yeah, it's a cool piece. So this is for those people who love their old plastics. Okay. Think about it. And this has been sun faded just because it's so old, but it's still got the orange. And then this is just like creamsicle. Okay. And it weighs nothing. Started at 20. Okay. Let me put this in a bag. You hear that? I love that. Okay. Let me put it in a bag. Everything goes in a bag and gets stored, and I'm reshuffling and resorting all my jewelry. Hopefully I won't have to do it again for at least 6 months. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Okay, I'm gonna take my overshirt off for a minute, and I'm going to, I wish I had some requests. How long have I been on? 2 hours. Okay. It's always helpful to me when I have requests and when I have chat engagement. So if you've just come in, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I just put my jewelry jar giveaway. It's only maybe a third, maybe a fourth full for when I hit 500 subscribers. So if you can help me by subscribing or giving me a thumbs up, that would be terrific. I'm going to show these items. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to go, but I am enjoying hanging out with all of you. That much is for sure. I always do. And oh no, good Lord. Oh, here's a whole, who is here? No one's supposed to be here. Oh, good Lord. Sorry, that's my father's doorbell. I guess a caregiver's here, but I told them not to send anyone. So, oh well. Hands up, I don't know what to do about that. Not at all. Okay, this starts at 24. Very weird. I don't, dang it. Okay. My dad's out there making. Oh no, I'm sorry. I keep spinning. So I'm going to say, because I've spun twice now, everyone should refresh. Make sure your red line is pushed all the way over, and make sure you're in all messages, okay? Because I'm still frozen over on my YouTube. Hold on. There you go. Now it unfroze. Okay. Back to this beautiful thing. This is glass. Green glass. This is like enameled blue, but with green glass kind of held up by what to me is almost like angel hands. That's what I'm calling it. This purple glass. Now, this purple glass is interesting, but there's no maker and there is no indication, that it's gold filled or any of that. However, this purple glass is cut like an actual amethyst, right? But there is no indications on this bar pen anywhere that, in fact, that's what it is. It started at 24. So it's a conundrum to me. I know it's the green glass is stunning. But then instead of glass, they put enameled blue, which is fine. The gold tone is really high shine. And then the bottom, look how it's cut, that purple. I mean, they went out of their way to make it look like real amethyst. And I can't say that it's not, and I can't say that it is. Here is the back. The pin back just comes through right to here. So I would wager this is from the 60s. Here is the hanging piece that has the purple glass or amethyst in it. It's very well made. Look at how the construction, let me get this just right. See the construction of this hanging piece? It is, hold on. It is a solid loop. It is not a jump ring. And coming off the bottom of what I'm calling hands on the green glass is also solid. Now, going to that much trouble leads me to believe that it could be an amethyst. I wish there was a maker. I couldn't find any information online about this. But you see all the shimmer and the glimmer, and I can't afford a Presidium. So when I can afford that $350 tool, I will get it. But yeah, at the very least, it's perhaps check glass with this deep, beautiful green glass and this purple. I don't know, but I think it's beautiful. I just, the rest is a mystery. And that's a lot of what Friday nights is a mystery that we try to solve together. And if someone knows anything about it, after everything I've said, then please tell me. I mean, the other thing, look at that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. The other thing, even though the pin back, let's look at the pin back, even though it doesn't go all the way through. Is it older? Is it Victorian? Well, my mom said that all the time. Well, It is a sharper pin, possibly cut down, because a lot of the ones that went way, way long, people snipped them and then sharpened it because they were so long. But the construction of this piece is more modern looking than what I would see in the antique pins. So yeah, it's going to remain a mystery, but it's sexy. And maybe like manufactured or something. I don't know. It's up to you. 24 start. And it is about 3.5 inches long. Okay, I really wish I could have a minute to go out there and see who's here and what they're doing, because I literally said don't send anyone. So I'm a little upset about that. A caregiver for my dad, but I don't know what to do about it. Hands in the air. Don't know what to do. I'll talk with them Monday. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything, but it hurts the pocketbook. Okay, I'm going to do this piece. Everyone who's here, thank you for being here. And please let me know if, like, necklace. You could just even say, I'm interested in necklaces. Do you have bracelets? What about brooches? You know, whatever. You could type that in the chat. Not Victorian. Yeah, Noelle. No, not Victorian. But really beautiful and very interesting. And fingers crossed, sometime in the next 2 or 3 months, I will get a Presidian, because that purple piece cut with all the facets, it's like, what is that? But then it's also totally covered up. There's no opening to let the light in. So for instance, with this citrine, it remains open to let the light in and really show off the whole stone, right? Diamond rings, same type of thing. So, you know, that leads me to say that while it's possible, it's probably just really nice purple glass. Okay, so this is another very long necklace. Based on the pastel colors, I'm thinking 80s. And I think this is the one. What did I start this at? No, I'm going to retract that price. Retract that price. And I'm going to start this at 16. Yeah, that's a fair price. 20 was probably fair, but it didn't feel quite right to me. So based on the pastel colors of this is not the one that I brought a few weeks ago. This is one I brought a long time ago. Based on the pastel porcelain beads, I think 80s because of the pastel colors. Okay, so it's got purples, golds, creams, see there? And in between, so here's how it goes. It's got just this gold tone, thin metal cut diamonds, jump rings, but still really nice construction wire put together here. And these are porcelain beads, probably somewhere over in Europe. Tends to be where these type of quality beads come from. This one has some red and purple, and it's muted tones, right? I feel like the ring light, it's muted. So, and it's very long. There you go. That's much better. Purples, golds, yellows with the diamonds in between, a little bit of browns, porcelain beads, very long. It does have, where did it go? It does have this clasp, and look at there. Okay, I'm going to say something about this now. You see this ring with the two pieces? This was a crown trifari. This is what their little crown hang tag was on. This is a crown trifari necklace. So 80s, I think they stopped using that. Late 70s, early 80s, pushing it was, I believe, that when they stopped using that like kind of little key with a crown and a T hang tag trifari. So yeah, there you go. It's a trifari. Very long, very delicate, super lightweight. You can double it easily. I'll show you it on Dolly. Although I did order a white-ish beige linen one because I feel that the black blows color out. I'm not real happy about it. So it started at 16. We can get rid of that. Yeah, this is crown trifari. But 80s because this. I mean, it could be 70s, but the pastel colors, I'm just, yeah, no. Trifari would have got beads from Italy. It's, you know, Trifari is a very quality for costume company. So there's when it's doubled. I like that better. And I will tell you how long it is based on the double. And you'd need to have this in your hands to really feel how nice it is and to look at each individual bead and see that it's, you know, see exactly what's going on. It's a little hard to show on camera. 7, about 12. So it's about, let's just go with 22 inches to be safe on each side. So it's 44 inches long. So 44 inches long. I'll put it on right quick and we'll move on. Yeah, totally flapper-esque. Goes down, down, down. Totally flapper. All the way to my belly button. And I don't know why I just got pixelated. Who knows? My apologies. I hope y'all can see me still. That was weird. Okay, so that started at 16. Thank you for looking. Thank you for your consideration. Is there something in the preview? I'm going to show like 4 more items and call it. Is there something in the preview that someone is particularly interested in? Let me know. I'm going to show a household item and 3 or 4 pieces of jewelry and then call it. I have a feeling it's not what was in my preview. It's something else entirely. This is the cheapest I've ever bought this. Now, this was one of those things. Sorry about my backside. This starts at $39. And if you take a screenshot, if you just remember this and you look it up online, you will be like, holy Moses. This is an antique. These sell for up to a couple $100. This is not modern in any way. I had no idea. I just thought it was beautiful. I haven't shown it for a while. Starts at $39 because I showed it a lot when I first got it and I was really excited. And no one got excited with me. So finally I was just like, okay, I'll put it down. This is at least 100 years old. There is the maker's mark. Made in China, but that is the artisan house. If you take a screenshot and crop it down, you can put it into translate. It's a very old piece. This is a yellowish clay. So it's starting to come through at the top here. That is not dirt. That is the clay starting to come through because it's so old. That's what happens with clay. Now, this is their traditional oxblood red color that they just love using in art for centuries. The glaze, it's called oxblood red. And then it's got electric purple streaks coming up along with like the clear. It's got multiple layers of glaze along with a clear coat. It's heavy. The ring light driving me nuts. Now it just shows the computer. Yeah, which is better? Neither. This is a piece. When I did research, all I did at first was I took a screenshot of the bottom and it popped up. And then the listings, I started going through them. There's only a few. And I was like, what? You can't be serious. I was like, I mean, this was a like total score that I found. And I was like, but it took me looking at it over and over and over again to like believe what I was seeing. Seriously, this is over 100 years old, antique. This should have been in my Victorian show. I think I had it, but I just didn't bring it. Look them up. It's not a repop. It's the real deal. I would wager this weighs at least a pound, maybe more. It's in perfect condition, and it's just beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. This is a piece I have brought in the last 8 months, probably 10 times. And this is the lowest I've ever brought it. And there's still a ton of profit to be made if that's what you wanted to do. It's electric fantasticness antique. If no one is interested at this sale, and if no one claims it on the rewatch, I don't know that I'm going to bring it back anymore. I will wait until I'm back in a place and time where I can list on knickknacks and eBay, and I'll make a couple $100. I'm good with that. Okay. Again, here's the bottom. That's upside down. Let's get it right for you. So if you want to do your research, go for it. And then if you're rewatching, okay. So thank you for looking. Okay, let's do a few more jewelry pieces. So let me ask the chat that is still here. I so appreciate you, and I appreciate all the thumbs up and all the people popping in and out. I appreciate that YouTube is starting to push me out and browse more. And I just appreciate hanging out with all of my friends that love vintage and antique jewelry and household items as much as I do. So let me ask you, would you like to see Necklaces? Would you like to see? Okay. I mean, if there's something you really want to see in a particular genre, tell me. Because otherwise, I'm just going to bring up a couple things, and the rest will be left for a Monday. Something, and that'll be it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh, I keep intending to bring these and not bringing them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. I'll save these for Monday, depending on what theme. I haven't decided, and that's another thing. All of you who watch my Mondays, I haven't decided on a Monday theme. I'm wondering what theme I should do, or if I should just do like eclectic, or I haven't decided. What do you all think? And I mean, you don't know what I have and what I can accommodate, but let me know. So these start at 17. And, I'm kind of thinking of doing like a 70s. A lot of my 70s has been shown already, but I'm thinking of a 70s. And if not 70s, maybe 50s pre-MCM. Yeah, don't know. So these start at 17. And these definitely could be vintage. I mean, people were making these back in the hippie days of my youth, 70s, right? Start at 17. But they also could have been made last year because people still do this. So I can't say anything with a surety. The only reason I really think of that they were made in the 70s is because of the colors. I had a dear friend, and these are bright orange. I hate the way you see under my fingers that orange color. Bright orange, not this pale washed out orange, and gold spacer beads. They are super long. I had a best friend for quite a while who did incredible beadwork like this. Also necklaces, bracelets. I mean, intricate, tiny stuff. And it took hours. You had to put it on a thing and pull it and connect it. These took one of these earrings, probably because the way you have to stack it and run it and knot it and stop it and start a new one. You do it on traditionally on wire, sometimes fishing line. This one earring probably took someone who was accomplished in it 3 hours to make. And it is a long shoulder duster. And they're bright orange. See back here? Bright orange. I don't know what's happening when I hold it up close on my end. It's terrible. There you go. And even that's not right. It's bright orange. I hope y'all are seeing that. At any rate, look at that. Super long, starting at 17. Shoulder dusters. Look how pretty. This with no necklace, nothing else. A jean jacket, a fancy jacket, and you're ready to go out on the town. There's absolutely nothing wrong with these. Obviously, they're earrings on gold tone wires. The wires look older. absolutely beautiful. Let's put one on. Starts at 17. The beads are much older seed beads. So that's another thing that makes me think that they are potentially from the 70s. So look at that. Isn't that pretty? I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's beautiful. And they literally are like below my shoulder. Oh, that's cool. That's a good idea, Noelle. I like that. I will keep that in mind. When are they? Aren't they like the end of this month? Beginning of March? I'm not sure. So they are super long. We could, we could just go over to Noelle's house to get everything we need for that. Noelle has impeccable taste. Good one, Kathy. That's funny. They are 5.5 inches long, y'all. Starts at 17. 5.5 inches long. Good Lord. With orange and gold. And these are older seed beads. So I think they were made in the 70s. Okay? Because of the beads themselves. Glass, obviously glass. And then at the widest part of the fringe, almost 2 inches. Yep. So I have had these hanging around. Yucca. Had these hanging around, but for some reason not showing them for a couple months. And yesterday I was like, wait a minute, what are those doing? Why have I not brought them? So here they are, y'all. 17 is so cheap. The amount of time it took to make these, the artisan work, they're worth much more than that. But y'all are my friends, and 17 seems reasonable. So there you go. I'm going to put these back here. Okay, moving on. Thank you, Kathy. I think they are. And my friend made my friend that I'm talking about. She was a really good friend of mine, and it's a sad story, but she was in the early days of HIV and AIDS. And she was a earth mama, hippie, and they gave her all the cocktail drugs, the UCSF, and cutting edge, and it made so many problems with her that she couldn't tolerate them. And 3 years later, I hospiced her and held her hand during her last breaths. I mean, she was at her house and her family was there, but I was there by her side for 2 months, almost nonstop. I learned about death at 14 when my boyfriend was killed on a motorcycle accident. I'm not trying to bring you all down. So I learned about that. I went to my first funeral, but she was my first experience of what does it mean? What does death mean? What does it look like? What does it involve? And it was the greatest gift that anyone could have ever given me, was to understand and sit with and be with that process. And she is forever one of my guardian angels. So moving off of that note, so there's, I said that story because those remind me of her, and because there's a positive thing there. America is so obsessed with hiding aging and illness and death away in the nursing homes, that we don't know what the heck is coming for our own self. And so she gave me the biggest gift in letting me know what it was and what to expect. Yeah, I love her to death for that. And for so many other reasons. Okay, this is just a little, probably 1990s Trifari brooch. Oh, and I didn't highlight it. $15 start. And it could really be a buy it now at 15. I mean, most of my stuff is. I rarely get bidding wars, occasionally. Purple glass and blue glass in this bright, pretty little flower. And is that a stone in the middle? Yeah, and a clear rhinestone in the middle. It's just, you're more modern, but Trifari, so it's well made. Flower brooch. Flower power. I like it. It's really all this, and it is glass that drew me in. And here's the back, and see how it's, I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to get a bead on it myself. Yucca, yucca again. Sorry. The purple glass stones are set into a silver metal instead of this gold metal for some reason. I don't know. Lighter, easier. There's the Trifari. Maybe that metal is easier to inset the stones in. Not sure. Here's the pin back. Yeah, modern. But I think it's pretty, and it's a big one. If anyone likes flowers, I love flowers. How can you not like flowers? Or you have a niece or a nephew, whatever, a grandma, Mother's Day's coming up. It's really nice. It's probably about 2.5 inches long. Hold on. There you go. Yeah, about 2.5 inches. And the purples are super shiny. Hold on. No. No. Those are plastic. Not acceptable. That's not glass. Those are plastic. So it's Trifari. It's very nice. But those are plastic. So it is a buy it now. I don't know where I got it. I don't know how much someone may have charged me. I know it's from the 90s. It's a buy it now at 10. Because while I love my plastics, I don't have a problem with that. But in terms of how modern it is and the fact that those are plastic stones, I can't ask that as a start. But I can say buy it now for 10. And it's still beautiful and it's still all that, but I can't charge you that. Okay. So now this one, I'm down to my last 2 items, y'all, and then I'm going to eat I got a ahi poke salad with extra avocado, extra sesame ginger noodles, extra edamame, and whatever. And that's what I'm having for dinner. And I get like a really big one from this organic place around the corner and down the street. And I add all this extra stuff, and it's 2 meals for me. And it's mostly vegetables with big chunks of the ahi tuna. And I'm hungry. So yummy, yummy. Oh, Noelle. God, I can't. Kathy, the question you're asking, Noelle, I can't imagine the inventory, because I see Noelle in other places, the amount she has. I mean, I have 500 or more pieces, but that's for resale, right? In my personal collection at this point in my life, because I'm only 43, I have probably less than Noelle. I've been whittling down to not be so overwhelmed. 2 months ago, I went through everything and kept everything that I wear that was the most sentimental, that was my most precious. And I still have 3 huge jewelry boxes plus several other whatevers. But everything else, I was like, nope, nope, nope. My daughter doesn't want to deal with this when so Noelle, I can't imagine. So this starts at 13, and it is a simple, small, little brooch. I think it's from the 60s. Now the thing that's happening is the middle stone. Hold on. Yeah, it is glass. I knew it was. The middle stone is being washed out. It is, okay, there you go. It's almost like a fire opal. It's got all this different, there you go. See that? It's all iridescence and purples and pinks and creams. There, look at that. See that ring of fire, like a fire opal? Now, that doesn't mean it is a fire opal, but it's a type of glass. The way they've done that, it's just beautiful. See that? Looks like a fire opal. It's got all the glitz and fritz. And then just these little, almost like fleur-de-lis and white rhinestones. And I wish it was earlier in the day to really get that. But for the price of starting at $13, I think you get it. It's a teeny tiny. It's a teeny tiny brooch. See? But that centerpiece, that glass is incredible. Let me show you the back. Noelle and Kathy, I enjoy you guys. I appreciate you coming to my sales. I have a good time with you. Here you go. There's the back. Simple little thing. I want to look at the construction just quickly. Nope, modern. Although, yeah, it is from the 60s. The pin back sticks out just that much. So it's from the 60s. And there is a name for this kind of fire opal glass. It's not dichroic. There you go. See that? In the sun. It's really incredible. And it's not a fire opal because that's too much for a fire opal, but it's made to look like one, and it's stunning. So, this only starts at 13. It's very inexpensive price, but this glass is very special. And if no one buys this in the next couple sales at this low of a price with that centerpiece, it's going to go on my clothing. It's really, really interesting. And I think I'm going to put it aside and do some research on exactly what that glass is, because I don't know. It's not what I said. It's not dichroic. Is there a thing that's just iridescent glass? I don't think so. I don't know. Okay. Last item of the sale. I appreciate everyone. I hope you give me a thumbs up. I hope you subscribe. Look at my jewelry jar giveaway. I've been slowly working on it. for a couple months, but I'm starting to get serious about it. I'm working real hard to get to 500 and then to 1,000 subscribers. I've got 3,000 watch hours. YouTube keeps giving me all these accolades, but you have to, right. Maybe check glass in the middle, Kathy. Yep, maybe. It's got that thing going on. Hola, Maritza. How's it going? This is my last piece of the sale. But I'm so happy you popped in and said hello. I hope you're doing well and that you either have wonderful plans for the weekend or you plan to just rest. I will be invoicing tomorrow, and on Sunday, I'm going out thrifting. I have so much inventory and things are going to start getting recycled, y'all. I'm not going to buy a whole bunch of new inventory, but I love to go to the stores and I like to look and see what do they have, Sometimes I find things like the antique 100-year-old vase that I found, and if I didn't go, I would have had FOMO. I wouldn't have, because I wouldn't have known I was missing. But, I wouldn't have found it. And that bird Toyo porcelain vase made in Macau is still back there, y'all. So these start at 10 because I think, it's a reasonable price to ask. And why do I keep taking off the screen? Because my banner, when I do that, covers the whole screen. These are just simple, could be 1950s, could be Victorian, could be 1970s, no clue with these. Beautiful AB crystal post earrings. They have all the colors going on. Simple little prong set. 3 very nice fine chain. Look at the links. If this would stop swiveling. Here, let's do it like this. See the chain? It's a very nice chain work. It's special and different. It's not just like little jump rings. There's some very, see that? Good Lord, come on, cooperate. There. Yep. And then these glass AB 3 drops. Here's the back. Simple post back. They are going to sparkle like crazy. Now, these would have also been great at my Victorian sale on Monday. This is absolutely the Gilded Age, more the Gilded Age style earrings. And in the sun, rainbows everywhere. So they're very flashy while also being very dainty, and they weigh nothing. Good night, Noelle. Have a great weekend, and I'm sure I'll see you at another sale sooner than later. So these started at 10, and they are probably just about 2 inches long, maybe a tad longer, weigh absolutely nothing. So if you already have a box open and you want to throw these in for $10, go for it. Go for it, because it's just something you can tuck on in. Today is the last day of my 2-week Build-A-Box, and then I'm invoicing. So I made a couple sales tonight, not much. I only showed less than half of what I brought. So, and I talked, I did my show and tell thing. I feel good about it. And, Yeah. And I don't feel so jagged anymore, right, Kathy? So I don't do recaps because I spend so much time both on Mondays with my themed sales now and on Friday's show and tell talking about all the items that on the rewatch you're going to get all the information. You know, it's similar to people who do a haul video and they go over and discuss everything. Of course, they don't educate. I try to educate you and me about all the pieces, but they show everything they got and they do all that. And then they just have a sale and just pull them up, you know, number 1, number 2, number 3. I do all that in one shot. So it's here. If you watch on the replay and you're interested in anything, people email me all the time after sales. There's my email right there. It's also in my channel description. And I don't know what my theme is going to be for Monday yet. But there will be one, and it will start a new round of my 2-week Build-A-Boxes. So thank you, everyone who came. I hope you have a safe, healthy, peaceful, and compassionate weekend. And I'll see a lot of you in chats elsewhere. Anyone else who I don't know? Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, come back, watch, fast forward through, see what I bring, see what I do. It's always very eclectic. I always try to bring a mix of those $10 to in the 20s, all the way up to 60, depending on what the item is. I focus mainly on vintage and antique, but I do bring contemporary if I think it's worthwhile. Okay. Hugs, everyone. See you soon. Have a good evening.